What's up? Studiosetstage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Marq.
Woo, we're back, guys. Good to see you guys. Welcome back. Another week of just where we're just talking all things that is popping Studiosetstage.
Yes, yeah. Studiosetsstagers. Again, welcome back. Could have been anywhere, but we're so glad that you made it here with us for another episode.
That's right, guys. You know what? Good to see you. I first got to say, you're looking good. New look too, dude. I had, y'all see that new look, right?
Well, hey, I do what I do.
Yes, right.
That's all you can do. You make it do what it do.
You
people.
make it do what it do.
That's
you do it well.
And you look good as well.
Okay, thank
you.
Look
good as well.
Ding.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, guys, again, like I said, we are, happy to be back in the spot, talking all things Studiosetstage. I just want to, I guess, first things first, just before we even, of course, we are going to talk about the cop. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The victory.
Yes. It's a lot.
Victory.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. I mean, it's been so many things that's been going on, and I'm ready to get into it.
I know. Yeah. Well, you know what, guys? We always say again, thank you for coming back to see us, to listen to us. So if you are watching us, if you are listening to us, be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's Studiosetstage. You're sitting there watching us and listening. We need your numbers.
That's right, guys. Hey, hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like, follow, subscribe, definitely follow us on Studiosetstage, on YouTube. Also, you can reach out to us. You can listen to us online, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and the radio app.
That's right. Exactly. Radio.com, guys. So you have no excuse where you can't find us. So of course, today's show, as well as previous shows, like previous years shows that you can go back and binge.
Yes.
Just to catch yourself up on, on the
if you need to catch up, come on. What you waiting on is there.
It is. So I guess first, like I said, before we get into kind of the verdict with Derek Chauvin, the murderer of George Floyd, how have you been doing? What you been up to?
Oh man, I've been just really observing everything. It's been so many things that has transpired over the last couple weeks, especially with this the trial of Derek Chauvin, which was convicted. And on the verdict, found guilty on all three counts. Manslaughter, murder in the third degree.
I just want to know, what you've been up to, personally, like
I said, I've been just really sitting back. Sometimes you have to be still and look at what's going on around you. And how relevant when you see certain things going on, and as an artist, just really kind of taking all those things and finding outlets to put it out there. And and what came to mind with me seeing, with the people, the reaction of the verdict and how people were reacting to it, and even with this trial, made me be thankful, being a father, also being a Black man in this country, to see when you're dealing with as deep as it goes with, the racism, with police brutality, all those things, it makes you really question, where you are in the position of your existence.
Totally.
So, really in introspection of it all, it makes you thankful to God, and you pray for those that have suffered, for those victims. And to know that, with that verdict, it's just a drop in the bucket. It's just honestly.
Well, you know what? I just, I first of all, like I said, all of this, the whole trial has been going on or whatever. And I can just say, guys, I'm blessed to have just, of course, paying attention to the trial, listening to the testimony, of course, in the Derek Chauvin trial. But I've just been busy, guys. I've just been busy. I've been just working, in a lot of Studiosetstage,
so much stuff.
having just multiple meetings, having multiple auditions, having, multiple just jobs that I have been working and weaving in and out, getting some money, getting some checks, what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what we've been doing, you know, and like I said, talking to our son about, you know, the injustice like of America, you know.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. You know, and just receiving you know, just feedback from those viewers out there and listeners, you know, just responding. And I received an email a few days ago, well, maybe a day before the verdict came out. Someone responded to the video that I released last month for my people. And you know, how it really, you know, that song really shed light on, you know, all those atrocities that's been going on. And you know, it's just like you said, it's sobering, but you know, when all of this stuff is going on, you know, somehow society has become numb.
Of course, yeah. And it's happening over and over and over and over again.
It's happened over and over and over again. And that doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it just.
No, it's not right at all.
It's not right at all. You know, but to see this, you know, this verdict, I think it's you know, like they say, sometimes you can gain in inches, yards, as they say in football. But you know, I think it's just like I said, a drop in the bucket.
It is. Well, if you don't know, of course, again, like I said, we are talking today, and rightfully so, you know, talking about the verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial, guys, where this officer pinned George Floyd down, pinned his knee against his neck, killed this man, took this father away from his child, from his family, right? On his neck for 9 minutes, 26 seconds, somewhere in there. And the verdict came down and it was a victorious one. You know, I saw like a lot of comments were like, you know, how can you guys, or how can you, you know, they were saying it, you know, you people, I guess they were referring to us Black people, but you know, you guys are celebrating, you know, that a man is going to jail. No, we're not celebrating that a man is going to jail. It's much more than that. It's much deeper than that.
Right.
You know?
It's bigger than that. And you know, for someone to even make that statement.
They're all over Twitter, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, they're totally removed from the reality. And that's been a big problem. And you know, even when you're dealing with the systemic racism, all of that is that under that umbrella. But when you're dealing with those insensitive remarks, it's someone, and you know, I hate to say it or put them in a basket, but you know, it sounds like someone of the Caucasian persuasion.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you already know that.
And
I mean, you know,
I'm going to say this. You know, I think white supremacy is played out. And I don't really look at it as white supremacy. I look at it really, when I hear comments like that, is really insecurity.
Definitely.
And you know, maybe they might have some self-esteem issues they got to deal with. But you know, I think it's a wake-up call, not only to the world, but to everyone that's involved. People of color need to understand, and as well as people of the world need to understand that you know, at the end of the day, you know, a Black man is a human being. A Black woman is a human being. A white man is a human being. A white woman is a human being. And underneath that, rights, equality, you know, justice for all. In America. Now, we know the fabric of America has been built and based on, you know, the systemic racism from slavery all the way to segregation. But one thing that's constant is change. You know, you have seasons. You have 4 seasons, and it changes. Winter goes into spring, spring goes into summer, summer goes into autumn, and it repeats. But it's a time where when it's changed for bad, you got to find ways to eradicate that. Nature has a way of doing that.
Yeah.
So I think we got to take clues from nature.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's important because this is the first time in history, guys, that a cop, taken down because of the killing of one of us.
Right.
Okay. That's why we're talking about it. That's why we are celebrating realizing that racism, not just us realizing that there's racism in America, but we're celebrating that everyone else in America like realizes, oh, I see it. So this is what Black people have been going through for 500-600 years plus. Oh, okay. So now we see it because we see it on a video that this little girl, recorded. Okay. So that's what we are celebrating, because for so many years, hundreds of years, people have been out here like, racism? There's no racism. What are you talking about? Now you see it.
Right.
So that's what we are celebrating. That's one reason why we are talking about this on Studiosetstage, because we are people of color. We are Black people. And we represent Black women, you represent Black man. And this is a show run by Black people.
And not to come off and some people might say, well, your comments, your comments are kind of coming off as, you might be coming off as racist. No, I'm just stating the facts.
Yeah.
And I think that's been a big problem in America, is that we've swept that under the rug.
Yeah.
And it's just time to be aware of these atrocities and
speak up.
And it's time for change. And it's time to end and speak up.
Exactly. It's just watching like all of the coverage. It was this, kudos to Ben Crump. Of course, Ben Crump and his team, of course, the Minnesota AG, Keith Ellison.
Yes.
Just an amazing feat that they, got guilty on all three charges, because a lot of people, honestly, and like you said, we broadcast here out of Atlanta. So, a lot of people were saying, you know what? I think people of color around the world were literally expecting for this man to get off, because that's been the scenario each and every time.
Well, I think the sad thing about it is that
like people were ready to burn down something, mess, like literally in protest, like people were ready.
Right. And the sad thing about that though is the expectation of that.
Yeah. We did expect for him to walk free. We did.
And as blatant as it was,
Yeah, but we're in America, so we realize,
it shows in the past how these atrocities were done
and have been acceptable
in
America,
and how when it has been brought to, say, court, where
the criminal justice system
is supposed to prevail, it has not
this time. And I posted this I over all social media. I said, the celebration that you are seeing is when the criminal justice system works for all Americans, and that's literally like what this represented. It won't bring back George Floyd.
No,
that's the super sad part, is that we won't ever get to see George Floyd. His family won't ever get to see him, walk around, his smile, the way he was again. But this is at least a step, like everyone has been saying, a step in the right direction.
And we can go down the list. I mean, and like I said, I wasn't surprised at the sentiments of those that felt that way. I felt that way.
Ridiculous.
In terms of, they're probably gonna let this guy off. They're probably gonna let him walk.
The code of blue, the code of the blue code of blue. Yeah.
And which is really, and I don't think it really represents that. I think, racists have used that. And you know,
as
they like to use, you know, smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
You know,
totally.
And you know, when you look at, you know, like you said, the list can go on and on. Like, you know, you
the
could
victims.
talk, the victims. You could talk about, you know, from Emmett Till, you know, where, you know, it was blatant, you know, and jury, you know, found those guys not guilty. You're free to go. But later on, they confessed.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting that you would bring that up, because I remember when, like, attorney Ben Crump, he was just breaking down, you know, how the descendants, you know, us, of slavery, those who have survived slavery, those who have survived Jim Crow, and he, you know, those who have survived, you know, Brown versus the Board of Education. Like, I literally broke out, like y'all guys, like, I broke out in tears, because he was mentioning every big racial case that people of color, Black people, have come through, that we have been fighting through, that we have been dying through, that we have been crying through. I literally, the tears just, like, it was just like a river that came down my face, because I'm like, we are strong people.
Yes, we are.
We are strong people. And there are people out there who have known that this is happening to us, and they have looked the other way. They have remained silent.
Exactly.
So I think that's where, you know, my emotion came from, you know, knowing that, you know, now people, like, they're acknowledging.
Right.
This jury acknowledged.
Yeah. I mean, and
the witnesses acknowledged.
Right. They did. They did. And you know, of course, the burden of proof, I don't think was heavy, you know, due to the fact of this, due to the fact of, okay, it's on tape. You know,
Darnella Frazier, shouts out to her. You know, I made a comment that I felt that 17-year-old, she was 17, I think, then, when she took out her phone and just rolled on the murder of George Floyd. But how brilliant, because we wouldn't have gotten that, you know, we wouldn't have gotten that guilty verdict had we not had that video. Oh my God.
Well, think about you know, and two, the sentiments I have, you know, I think about like you were saying, the emotions. One of the emotions I felt was I felt like, okay, I can exhale a little bit. And then I thought about all of the victims that remain, you know, and all of the
we're not done
crimes and acts that have remained unsolved. You know, a few years ago, I was involved in a project called Murder in Black and White, and it involved civil rights cases like the Emmett Till case, you know, that remained unsolved, you know, no justice, you know, but these people died. And I portrayed a gentleman by the name of Willie Edwards. And it aired on TV One. And my character, though, he was working. He was a grocery. I mean, he worked for Winn-Dixie, and he was mistaken, you know, for, you know, trying to, I guess, date or go with a white woman when his sisters, he had two sisters which were half white. You know, but he was ambushed, you know, by some members of Ku Klux Klan. They castrated him and made him jump off the bridge. You know, and the murder remains unsolved, you know, to this day. And that happened in the 50s. And, you know, when you think about, like you said, all of those things that many people of color have had to endure, you know, this was, again, I think justice, not saying it was justice, but it was accountability that came into play with this case.
It was, guys. If you're just joining us, this is Studiosetstage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
I'm Marq.
And of course, we are talking, guys, today just about the verdict, the Derek Chauvin trial, the verdict, the family of George Floyd, who received a little bit of vindication. it's hard to put into words. This is Studiosetstage, and like I said, we all kind of operate within that realm. But you know what? I don't care if you're a gaffer, you're a director, you're a singer, whatever it is, musician, right? Exactly. If you wear this skin, right? You wear the skin, you may have $30 million, in your account.
Right.
You may have $1 in your account, as an artist, and you can be driving home. You're a Studiosetager, and someone can be behind you. A Derek Chauvin can be behind you. They can pull you over, and you could be the latest George Floyd. You could be the latest victim. So that's why it's necessary that that we pause and that we talk about this even on Studiosetstage.
You can't sweep it under the rug.
No,
like I said before. And
everyone should be talking about this trial, this case. This is an American story that reaches, I don't care what what profession that you're in, this relates to you. And especially if you wear this color skin.
As they say, the skin I'm in.
Even if you just skin folk and you ain't kin folk.
Hello.
You still got the skin.
Right.
And then it's important for those who don't wear it, for you to understand today us, tomorrow you.
Right. And to know, really like the saying, discrimination doesn't discriminate. Again, over the past couple of weeks, I mean, you've seen it from the likes of with the Asian community. With the killings that happened with there, and thoughts and prayers are with them.
Hearts go out to the families. Yes.
Thoughts and prayers go out to just people that have suffered, as far as with the Latino community, hearing of the atrocities that happened, dealing with border, on the border and different things like that. I mean, discrimination doesn't discriminate. And I'm just, my thing is I get angry because for some people, like I said, it's like, okay, this is real life, but you're acting like this is a movie. And it's not. You're dealing with real life, lives that once you take it, it's gone.
That's it. You can't get that. You can't get them back.
And again, you can be enraged, but you have to know that there's power in speaking up and
taking action,
acknowledging what's going on, and do what is doable and do what you can. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, so I'm not expecting the world to change in that instance.
But we are talking to those people who remain silent,
right?
Because that is an area of why racism flourishes.
Exactly.
Many of you are like, oh, this is not my fight. There are some people who actually feel that way at this moment in 2021. This is everyone's fight.
Yes.
This is everyone's fight. And for you to remain silent means that you condone everything that Derek Chauvin and people like him have done.
Right.
It just means that you support that. That's the kind of household you came up in, and that's what you want to continue.
Right. And I mean, you don't think that it doesn't affect you, because it does. It affects everyone.
Yeah, it does.
Now you might think, well, no, I don't have no
dog in the fight.
Dog in that fight.
Yeah.
I'm not even. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say that, but I was say.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, for real, guys, it's about speaking out. And putting more value on life.
Exactly. Everyone's life. But we know that value has already been on a certain group's life all the time from the beginning of time.
Right.
Now it's time for you guys to value our lives. Okay. So I do know that
and there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that.
Yeah, I do know that Derek Chauvin, I think he'll be sentenced, I think, in about 2 more months, from what I understand. But he is in jail.
Right.
And I did see where people were saying that he's not even going to last 2 days. I mean, I'm not putting that out there, but
right.
Yeah,
well, I heard they have made arrangements for him to be in isolation.
Yeah, he's gonna need it for a long time.
And my thing is, I just
sentencing,
hope that
like,
the sentencing, when it comes with the judge that's going to be doing the sentence, the range is kind of wide. They said it could be a minimum of, I think, maybe 4 years, 3 to 4 years, all the way to 40.
Yeah, I think.
And they said, and some people was trying to argue, well, this is his first offense and all of that. But again, we got the evidence.
You know what?
And it was so blatant that I feel the maximum sentence should be rendered.
You know what? It would be interesting, and maybe this is just a journalist in me. I don't know if anyone talked about this aspect, but it would be so interesting. And I know they did it behind closed doors, but it would be so interesting to be able to listen to, what were you thinking?
Right.
What led you up to this point? Who taught you that maneuver? Why was that maneuver used?
Right.
It would just be interesting just to hear that publicly from him.
Well, I mean,
we probably won't be able to hear that, of course, from him, but investigators, I'm sure.
And you know what?
Years to come.
Honestly,
what are you going to say? You don't want to hear that? You don't really care?
I mean, it's not that I don't care.
You don't want to hear it. I understand.
But my thing is, my thing is, I feel like, again, with this, there was no need, because when I'm just saying, when he wanted to take the stand, I'm just using that as an example. When he wanted to take the stand, and he opted not to take the stand. Well, I understood that. Why was there was no need for you to try to counter, or say, I was thinking, like, no, we saw what you were thinking.
Yeah, but
we saw it.
Well, from a journalistic, and like I said, I understand.
And I get where you're coming from.
It would just be interesting just to hear him, even if he's lying. It would just be interesting to hear what his mind, what was he going through? He had his hands, placed in his pocket, his knee was down, he was even looking at the camera, just to hear him recount what was going on in his mind at that particular time. Did you think this was an animal? Obviously, we felt like we saw it in your face and in your actions. We felt like you felt like this was an animal under your knee. You felt that. That's what we felt. But what were you thinking when you were doing this? I mean, it would just be interesting, just to hear what he had to say. I know it's unpopular.
And how ironic you said that. You said, did he think he was an animal? I felt like he displayed characteristics of an animal, a human being. Honestly, in that perspective, honestly, like in scripture, it says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Sometimes, with animals, they go off of instinct. They just think, okay, a lion sees an impala, that lion is going, okay, they're
gonna pounce. They're gonna pounce. Right, exactly. Yeah.
And so I felt that, in terms of Derek Chauvin, he was really acting on, not in terms of human. I think he was acting, from animal instinct. So,
so you're calling Derek Chauvin an animal?
Well,
yeah. I mean, I'm with that. Anyway, guys, yeah. I'm with that. I totally understand. Again, guys, right. Just a heartbreaking situation, and like Al Sharpton said, when after the verdict was read, the fight in the war continues, guys.
Yeah, so the struggle.
it's just beginning. It's continuing.
Right.
So just because we had a victory with this, there are so many others who have been, trials are set for them. That are coming up. Just recently, what 16-year-old was shot dead. So as we talk about this, I even think about our son. He's 6 years old, but I caught myself just looking at him and just thinking, is my baby next?
Right.
You're a Black man, it's like, are you next? I'm a Black woman. Am I the next Sandra Bland? That type of thing. So anyway, we'll be watching this even, as Studiosetstage, just as a platform to kind of bring you just a little bit. We can't give you the whole kit and caboodle. We can give you how we feel and the direction that we feel like you should be going in. So again, this is Studiosetstage, guys. I will tell you, just switching gears a little bit here. The Oscars, they are slated, guys, for this weekend.
Yes,
2021, guys.
Yeah. Airs on ABC.
It does, and I will tell you, we are all, of course, we bring you the award shows also. Most times the nominees and the winners and stuff, guys. So. We're still in the middle of the pandemic, so everything is virtual. The show will be virtual also, and of course, I think one of the categories, maybe two categories that we're really looking at, Best Actress. So Viola Davis, she's nominated, of course, for an Oscar again. The vet, she's going up against newbie. I shouldn't say, newbie, Andra Day for Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday,
yes, right,
versus Billie Holiday.
Yeah. So, what's your prediction in that one? This is the Oscars now. So she got the Golden Globe, right?
Right, exactly.
So this is the Oscars. So
well, a lot of people tend to think normally those that have won, but those that have won the Golden Globe didn't nab the Oscar. So like I said, I think you had a great you had a great amount of work. I mean, great work. That was done.
The body of work. Andrew, I'm just going. Okay, so you didn't want to give your prediction. I'm gonna step on out there and give my prediction. Andrew Day. I think that she's going to take
she's
that
strong,
Oscar.
man.
I watched the movie again, guys. If you guys saw it again. But I was like, you totally did not see Andrew. And not saying that you didn't see Viola Davis, that she didn't disappear into her role. She did also. But there was just, I just think Andra Day just did a phenomenal job. Absolutely, and
she did. She really morphed into Billie Holiday, and and people have of course heard the legend, the urban tales about her, but I felt that I thought Lee Daniels did an awesome job in going into it, and we've talked about
Lee Daniels, man. I mean, absolutely amazing, totally underrated. So
so I think it's going to be interesting to watch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch the entire the entire awards due to other things I got to do, but nonetheless, though, I feel like it's going to be a pretty good lineup.
Best Picture, guys, Judas and the Black Messiah. They're up against, of course, what we're looking at, the trial of the Chicago 7. So those two we're really looking forward to. Of course, there's some other ones that are nominated also, but that's kind of who we're looking at. And then also, guys, Best Supporting Actor, Daniel Kaluuya, of course, for Judas. He's totally favored in this category. And then also Leslie Odom. I can see Leslie Odom for some reason.
Cook.
For as Sam Cooke in One Night in Miami, directed and put together by Regina King. So I can definitely see that. Of course, One Night in Miami is also nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. So, she may win out there,
Yeah, definitely. I think that, like I said, man, it was a great body of work. Those films, Judas and Black Messiah, One Night in Miami, Black, Bottom.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yes. Those four films, if you guys haven't seen them, definitely you need to see them.
That's definitely, and then of course Chadwick Boseman, we're also rooting for him. So so a lot going on. I do know that the Verzuz, right? Isn't that coming up too, dude?
Well, they just had the Verzuz, this week was 420. Everybody knows 420. Happy 420 to everybody to celebrate that. But
we celebrate it. I mean,
disclaimer. No, seriously, guys. They did have a Verzuz on 420. With Method Man and Redman. And I think it kind of got overshadowed because of the the trial. But still I saw some parts of it.
I missed it. I hate that I missed it. But
I heard they definitely did their thing. They had Redman, and Method Man. Of course they've teamed up. They've done some major hits like the Rock Wilder and all those things, and from their How High, series. And
so how did I touch the sky?
Right. But they also had, I heard they had performances. They had RZA, GZA from Wu-Tang. They came out and support. And I think DJ Cool, I believe. So it was really, I heard a great celebration.
You know what? I just want to say, rest in peace to DMX. Thinking about that, this Verzuz, he collabed with them also. So I just want to say, rest in peace, DMX. We love you, Studiosetstage.
Yes. Rest in peace to DMX. We lost him a couple weeks ago. Also, rest in peace to Black Rob.
Yes. All these fellow Studiosetsstagers. They came here, they did what they were supposed to do, right? I just feel like God had to call them home, whatever the circumstances, they made a mark. They made a mark on this world. It's one reason why we're talking about them right now. Right? They lived in their purpose and they were like extraordinary at what they did,
definitely. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's about realizing your purpose and fulfilling it. And doing what you do. And we've always stressed that here at Studiosetstage, to follow your passion, follow your purpose, find your purpose. Sometimes it might hide from you, where you need to seek it. Go out and seek it and find it.
Preach.
And utilize it, because time keeps moving forward. It doesn't stand still. So you got to move forward with it. And that's something that we try to stress and we try to live by, because tomorrow's not promised, but yesterday's gone, but
you got today. What
is in your hands?
You got today. Speaking of today, I think I will continue watching the new series Them by Lena Waithe. Have you guys caught it yet? Ooh. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you something. This show, this episode, this week's episode, like I said, we're talking about racism. We're talking about so many different things, like the horrors. And I just want to say kudos to Lena Waithe, man. I know that the series has received lots of criticism, but I absolutely think it is a masterpiece, y'all. It is a masterpiece. It is really displaying what Black people have had to go through. And the consequences.
I will say this,
the results.
Be careful. The only reason why I say it is because I started watching it. It was on Prime, Amazon Prime. I started watching it, and before I knew it, I was probably like 4 to 5 episodes in before I realized it. I'm like, man,
and you're totally,
I'm gonna have to pause it. I'm gonna have to pause it.
And you're totally affected, guys. You're literally like. Like you're, it's one of those kind of projects that, and when it's done well, that it gets into your soul. And Lena Waithe did just an amazing job in just driving it home. Regardless of what people have said, the criticisms are crazy. It's just and the actors, the people that were cast. totally the right people to play those particular roles. But
yeah,
if you ever wanted to know what this American racism can do to a person, the treatment of African Americans, if you ever want to really really see it in a tangible form, in a theatrical form, I think the series Them is it.
Well, yeah, it breaks down it for me, and not to give it away, guys.
Yeah. We're not gonna,
not to give it away,
very general.
But it definitely exposes the mental, the effects
and physical
on your mental
and physical Think about it.
And physical too. Yeah. But I'm saying how
the mental affects
the physical.
Right. No, I get it.
So I thought it was very interesting on how the approach, how they approached it. Because like I said, everybody talks about it, but really to understand that, just the effects of it.
Yeah.
It starts right here.
Yeah.
So, but yes, it is a great series, guys. You got to check it out.
Yeah.
Kudos
to you. Right. In a way, we love you, love you so very much. Guys, again, we just want to, like I said, have just a dialogue, about what is happening in our world, in America, just as a show that broadcasts here in America, in one of the chocolate cities in America, out of Atlanta. So we just hope you're with us. Drop us a line, man.
Yes. Reach out to us at Studiosetstage at gmail.com. Check us out. Go to our website. You can leave comments there at Studiosetstage.com. That's Studiosetstage.com. Check out our merch store. T-shirts, we have mugs, we have hoodies.
Anything that reps. I mean, it's repping. It's repping, who you are. So rep who you are, guys. Your studio, your set, and your stage, and even some of you parents, your kids, or like we talk about, they're going to the recitals or whatever. Rep who you are. Just rep. And we thank you. We thank you for your support. So one of the big things here at Studiosetstage, and we have received a lot of your compliments, a lot of your feedback, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Because of the guests that we've had previously, many of you guys have said it has helped you guys, gave you some insight into those different professions, right? But I will tell you guys, stay tuned, because we have a very big one coming up. This is for all of you who I don't know if I need to drop the bomb yet, but anyway,
not yet.
Let's just say, for those of you who are concerned about your image, I'll just tell you that that one is coming up, and you are not going to want to miss it.
Yes, and like I said, we have a plethora of good things coming, guys.
Good.
Stay tuned.
Great.
And I'm excited.
I am too. So guys, don't forget a follow, share, comment, blog about the show. We would love it and appreciate it. So again, I'm Cynthia Mallard. You can reach me across all social at Cynthia Mallard.
Yes, and I'm Marq Dean. You can reach me at Marq Dean Music, and Marq Dean on Twitter.
That's right. Great. So listen, love you guys so very much. So for Marq Dean, I'm Cynthia Mallard. This is Studiosetstage. Get you next week.